Hey guys, this is EdwardStarcraft broadcasting live on justin.tv/EdwardStarcraft and also being rebroadcast on Spazcraft. I'm here with Katu, who is in the bathroom, and we're watching a game on the map Shakuras Plateau. You're no longer in that stadium, no longer with your girlfriend and kids and parents and the guy selling you $5 hot dogs. Instead, you're back in your living room, and now your TV, it's no longer a TV that accesses cable. You don't have to get Comcast or whatever other cable companies you might have in your area. No Dish Network. Nope. Your TV, it takes Justin.tv, YouTube TV, and everything else. And, of course, on the front page of that TV, you know, like the advertisement, when you go buy it, it says, "We love EdwardStarcraft's viewers," because, you know, that's always what it says. So, on this TV, you're here in your living room with a bunch of your friends, and you're watching this game, and you guys are like, hey, I think we should look and see what the future would be like. So you guys watching this TV, and you know, you're transported to this realm called Shakuras Plateau, where we have two players building stuff, collecting resources to build armies to fight each other to the death. What a weird world over here. Spawning at the bottom right hand position, we have the Protoss player. He is EGAxslav, currently 1-1 with his opponent. And at the other side of the map, the red Terran player, we have SixjaxDDE. Now, with this tournament, you might think, well, what are these guys doing? How are they going to... Why are they doing this? Well, these players are vying for the first and second place in this tournament. And in this tournament, if you get first place, you get a nice $300 SSD. And if you're in second place, you get a 4 GB USB drive and a bunch of swag. First place users also get swag, but anyway, so EGAxslav trying to proxy something. He's trying to proxy something near DDE space, however, it's not working out very well for him. EGAxslav, his plans have failed. Where is his oh, he does have a cybernetics core. So now DDE going for a 1 barracks fast expansion. And EGAxslav.
You know what, Edward? I think EGAxslav might go for a 4-gate here. He's been using all of his chrono boost on that cybernetics core, and I think... Oh, that probe is just moving out, not going to be making that 4th gateway, just making 3. But that might be another probe that he pulls off to make that extra gateway. Perhaps not.
No, I don't think so.
He might just be feigning a 4-gate then.
I think he might try a 3-gate pressure expand here, which is where...
Yeah.
Where you basically almost 4-gate an opponent, you get only 3 gateways, and it allows you to save up enough money to basically expand at the same time.
And what a beautiful SCV scout there by DDE, sending it all the way around, and he's going to get to see exactly what is up by EGAxslav, and he'll be like, oh, it's just a 3-gate pressure, I don't have to overreact, I can keep making those SCVs, and I'll be just fine, especially with these bunkers he's putting up.
Yeah, that's a lot of bunkers over here. DDE playing it very safe. I mean, you noticed that, you know, EGAxslav, he tried to proxy something over here, but DDE, he was doing a very nice job at scouting around the map. Look at his map vision. He's basically scouted everywhere in the middle area, and that's really great. It just shows that DDE, he's confident in his late game. He's willing to sacrifice some of his late game units, you know, one of his harvesters, to basically scout around. And now a push coming in from EGAxslav, not doing too much damage though. Not doing.
He moves up that ramp and he's like, yeah, I don't think so. sees the 3 bunkers, and the SCVs got pulled off by DDE right away. So actually, excellent decision by EGAxslav. You know, he saw what was happening, and he didn't lose a single unit.
Now, oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Breaking down the back rocks over here, looking to take down this expansion. Interestingly enough, you know, I don't think I've seen many players take these back expansions ever since Shakuras Plateau was changed up like this.
And he's actually double expanding. His natural just finished, and he's already got his 3rd base about halfway done. So he's just going for this huge macro lead, taking a huge risk right now. But with all these bunkers set up by DDE, I don't think he's planning on moving out anytime soon. He's just getting his factory down, so he doesn't have much tech. And I think this could actually pay off amazingly for EGAxslav, taking this really risky early base, but there's no units either out on the map for DDE, so he has no way of knowing about it.
You're right. I mean, this 3 gateway, it caused DDE to overreact, to play it safe here, and now EGAxslav will be able to, as you said, you know, take this these 2 expansions, and that is actually pretty insane. He might even be taking this bottom expansion, or no? What is he doing here? He's putting a pylon.
Is he a proxy Stargate or something?
I think it's to spot out medevacs, but it doesn't completely get vision, so I'm not entirely sure right now.
But I think you're right, you know, like you said, almost no players ever take down those back rocks, so putting that pylon up there, I think is just for spotting purposes, because those first medevacs moving out will be like, whatever, there's no units in the middle, because no one's going to kill those rocks. But, so it'll take him off guard, and then he'll know about the drops, and be in great shape. So really cool there by EGAxslav, you know? I mean, his units weren't going to be attacking anyway, so might as well take out those rocks. And in the future, he could always go in there, put another pylon a bit closer, and maybe warp units into the high ground.
Definitely. Well, take a look at the tech. Now, EGAxslav adding on 5 gateways to his arsenal, so he's going to have a lot of units out very soon. EGAxslav also with 1 unit scouting out. Now, DDE is smart, and he actually puts a Marine over here, so this Marine going to get 1 kill, 1 free kill. And DDE salvaged some of his bunkers, but he still has some of his bunkers up here, so he's still being very defensive. Even getting a missile turret to prevent any sort of DT rush from his opponent. Or not DT rush, but transition, I guess, would be the best way of saying it. Now,
but it is so cool right now that those probes keep getting sent over there by EGAxslav, because I think that scares DDE, you know, because that's where you put that proxy pylon when you're getting ready to attack. So by sending a probe there, he's basically sending a Morse code message to DDE saying, I'm getting ready to attack. And when DDE gets that message, he goes, oh, I better be defensive, you know? But he is starting to move out now, getting a bit aggressive with his Marine Marauder Ball. And you know what? EGAxslav is going to be just fine. He's got 12 Zealots, 9 Stalkers, and 7 Sentries, almost all of them with full HP, warping in some more Zealots. And I think he'll be okay. He needs to get those money force fields, but they're not that hard to pull off. And EGAxslav has shown us time and time again he's great with that force field micro. So, oh man, here we go, Edward.
I think DD, oh, he's going to move in for it. And now he gets trapped by those force fields. Nice force fields. Look at that concave there from EGAxslav, doing a lot of damage to DDE's units. Ooh, trapping even more. So these Marauders can't even do as much damage as they might need to do. And wow, the best. I like how DDE landed this one factory there. But yeah, now DDE.
Oh, look at this, DDE.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going right up into the base, but beautiful warp-ins by EGAxslav, and he's bringing some probes off of the line to help him out. It looks like he is going to lose all of these probes and even this Stalker, but DDE, that was a beautiful little move there that he did, and he's going to be able to do some damage, bringing down that Harvester count. We've got 48 probes versus 49 SCVs. So that's a great job by DDE, even though he lost that battle, doing what he can to you know, do some structural and economic damage. That is
cool. I mean, now the worker count is even, and wow, yeah, just however, Yeah, wow. EGAxslav was ahead.
I don't know how he did that. Yeah.
EGAxslav was ahead in supply earlier, and now DDE ahead in supply, ahead in army value, and what's more is the harvester count is exactly even. So when the harvester count is even, the Terran is slightly ahead due to the fact of mules. Now DDE in the meantime has been taking a third base. Yeah, wow. I just keep
right
saying
now,
that, but
EdwardStarcraft is moving back, and that is great news. Oh, okay, never mind. We don't have a drop. Maybe we do have a drop. Okay, the drop is continuing to go on, and right now, EdwardStarcraft kind of out of position. Luckily, he did move back because he was out on the map, and this drop could do an absolute ton of damage. But look at these warpins going in, that beautiful pylon spotting the drop, and he's going to move all of his units back in here. And right now, DDE is in very big danger of losing his entire army here, Edward. This is going to be really bad. Some okay force fields, but those force fields at the same time are going to block these stalkers from moving forward and killing off those medevacs. So great job by EdwardStarcraft, just completely deflecting that drop, doing a ton of damage, and you can see that reflected. I was going to say in the units lost tab, but unfortunately EdwardStarcraft is still quite a bit behind there.
Well, so, I mean, I think the main thing is that it was this pylon that EdwardStarcraft allowed to scout. I mean, if he didn't have that pylon there, he would have already been dead in the water. So great foresight over there from EdwardStarcraft, breaking down those back rocks and placing this pylon. DDE not even taking it down. You know, I was surprised because, you know, you get a free pylon, why not kill it? But apparently he was just too afraid there. And DDE still solidly in the lead though. And this is not looking good for EdwardStarcraft at all. However, DDE just pulled some harvesters, funnily enough. And EdwardStarcraft...
Yeah, I think he was actually trying to transfer those over to his other base, but they got completely caught, and beautiful force field trapping all of those units behind there. And that actually is going to help a lot, because right now we've got 72 probes versus 49 SCVs. So great job there by EdwardStarcraft, who was behind, but now getting himself back into this game, getting that macro advantage, and he's going to be able to produce a ton of extra units because of it. Look at that income, especially because of the transfer though. It should equalize at least somewhat, and a poor lone sentry getting sniped there as well as a zealot. These stranded lonesome units. Wow. Well, they are not disappointing once again here. Edward doing a great job moving about with his Marines and Marauders, and just trying to make sure that he does get that planetary fortress up. And the big question is who's going to expand next, and it is going to be EdwardStarcraft. He does have a ton of minerals and gas saved up, so definitely a good choice there by him.
You know, that's the fun thing about Terran, that you play mind games with your opponent, right? You try to get them to be afraid of a drop or whatever, and then just completely catch your opponent out of position. Now, it looks like DDE, again, mixing a lot of Hellions into his forces. That's going to take out these Zealots with ease, especially if they're Blue Flame, which I indeed think they are. Oh, no, they are not. Blue Flame actually not getting research, so those Hellions going to be a lot less effective than they could be. Now, DDE, with so many Marines, though, I think that's going to really help him a lot in this battle. Now, DDE is kind of in a weird position right now.
Yeah, if he would have gone up that ramp, he would have been in a great position, because he could have just forced EdwardStarcraft to push up through that narrow ramp. However, as it is, he got his entire army split in two, but I think he might just have way too many Marines and Marauders, and right now EdwardStarcraft is getting caught completely off guard, getting some force field death, trying to slow them, but oh my god, blinking back 5 Stalkers, and that is all he is able to save, and DDE is in such a great position now, Edward.
Now, the 2 robotics facility, but as we saw from the other game, EdwardStarcraft, just, you know, in some games, he just gets those robotics facility for Colossi a bit too late, just when his opponent has the critical mass of units that you just cannot break with Marines, I mean, with just regular gateway units. And now DDE destroying this one base, and basically with double, nearly maxed out, versus a less than even half Protoss player. This is not looking good for it.
And this is beautiful. He's not even going to try to force his way up that narrow choke where, you know, he could get into a bad position. He's just going to go straight over to that third base, take it out, and just be in such a great position that I don't think there's any way that EGAxslav can get back into this. He is trying to get his units in there, but there are so many Marines and Marauders. These Zealots are just melting away. We've also got all these medevacs doing so much healing, and there's the GG by EGAxslav. Wow, such a good push by DDE. I thought he was kind of like stuck in, like you said, he was stuck in that funny position there with the force fields on the ramp, but he was somehow able to just keep his units that were outside of the base alive until the force fields dissipated, and then just came back to just, man, like slaughter through